Great intro, guys. Welcome.
Yes.
Woo! Fuck Blumhouse, though.
Speaking of Blumhouse, though, and hello, dear listeners, I want to give them some credit because they landed Mike Flanagan for The Exorcist, and they're allowing him to direct and write it. So
it's got a chance.
It's got maybe. Although I would have loved to have seen Mr. Cognetti get that opportunity, because I know he would love to kind of throw his hands in the ring there for The Exorcist. But Mike Flanagan is good choice, and Blumhouse hopefully will stay the fuck out of the way.
That's normally when they do a good job.
Yeah.
When they get a respected director in there.
Yeah.
And they just give them the reins.
So that's why I want to give them some kudos for realizing their fucking mistake.
So Mr. Blum and Mr. House, stay the fuck out of it, please.
Blumpkin House.
Yeah.
Danny, your thoughts?
Yeah.
I enjoy Blumhouse movies. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
They had some good ones.
They had some really bad ones, too.
Yeah, like the fucking bear. And the underwater creature shit.
Night Swim?
Yeah. That was your favorite movie so far, 2024.
I'm pretty sure it's not, Joe, but thank you. Thank you for introducing me to that movie. It was good. I'm going to check out movies whether they're good or bad or not. But
I can't believe you're shitting on the people who made the greatest Halloween trilogy ever.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween 2018 was good.
I enjoyed 2018. I did not like Kills and Ends. Sorry.
We'll leave it at that.
Because you have no culture.
Fuck culture.
Oh.
Did I tell you how fucking excited I am for this episode?
Yes.
No. I have no idea.
We've known it for months.
Because what am I wearing? What shirt am I wearing right now?
Hell House.
Hell House, baby. I've been waiting for this.
Yes.
To talk about the
this
Hell House
your
franchise.
Shit, man. Found footage.
This is my shit. Found footage.
I normally
and
don't like this.
Hell House is one of my top 5 found footage horror that I absolutely love. Carmichael Manor right there as well. So I'm excited to get into it with you guys.
Did Lake Mungo get off your list yet? Or still there?
Lake Mungo is going to be, well, watch, we're going to have a little treat for the listeners, that may drop separately from this episode that is in the Hell House universe.
Yes. Continuity.
Yeah, absolutely. But Lake Mungo is also a favorite of Mr. Cognetti.
This is true.
The man has very, very good taste.
He does, but maybe he just had a bad day when he was watching that.
No. I think
kind of like when you had a bad day both times you watched Skinamarink.
Oh. Touche, sir.
You were just cranky.
Oh, shit, I called him sir again. What the fuck is that?
Skinamarink I get. I guess I understand Skinamarink if you want to go to, but Lake Mungo, I think the norm is people that love it. The exception is people that unsure. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah. That's like the exception is people like found footage. Because most don't. Except for this quadrilogy,
Yes.
as it's known.
Yeah,
Yes.
I actually...
Trilogy plus the first episode of another trilogy.
Yes.
I actually reached out to Kevin, and I recommended Hell House. He had not seen it yet. Two-Eye Kevin. And the response I got back from him was, watch the first Hell House, and that was enough for me. So...
Timeout.
Meaning he didn't try the rest?
He did not try the
Do
rest.
we really want this guy on the bracket episodes now? If he
Wait, did
disliked
he not
Hell
like
House?
Hell House?
I didn't get the full explanation, but he just said that one was enough for me.
Two-Eyed Kevin, you're now off my fucking Christmas card list.
Maybe he was just having a bad day.
Could be.
And I thought he was with me with the whole psycho shower scene, man. He was
still
he was
sucks.
the OG. He was right there, iconic.
Now you don't want to adopt his ass anymore, right?
Man. Oh my!
So
still my
before we
heart.
get into the meat and potatoes of this,
Right.
JC, did you
Yes.
see anything new recently?
I did. Yeah. I saw Abigail.
Nice. What'd you think?
Finally, I enjoyed it. I thought the acting was great. I thought Melissa Barrera is fucking badass in every
Yeah, as if
role
I
that
didn't
she
love her
plays.
already. When I heard she loves being covered in blood, that just took it to a whole nother level.
I respect the fact that every role that she's in, she's not afraid of anything. She hits things fucking head on. She's badass. She leads from the front. I just fucking love that about it. And I love the fact that it gave me 30 Days of Night vibes for the teeth.
Yep.
The whole vampire type thing. So yeah, I thought it was good. I thought they fucked it up in the trailer
Yeah.
because you can't go into the movie like watching the movie and like, well, what's going on? Is this a kidnapping? We already know she's a fucking vampire.
Yeah.
So
a ballerina
you gave the
vampire,
cat
so-
out of the bag. Why even try? With the actual movie if you're going to show that in the trailer. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Danny C just saw it too.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your credentials.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did watch it. It wasn't bad. I thought the end kind of dragged on a little bit. However, I thought it was kind of funny. There was a part in there where Abigail is kind of like trapped, and I don't want to ruin it because I know Dave hasn't seen it yet.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did I ruin anything? No, I didn't.
She's a
We
vampire?
spoil here.
I know. Squirrel. What? I didn't mean
Fuck
that.
squirrels.
I didn't fucking mean
Look,
it.
look.
Fuck the eye.
JC, step away from the rock.
Look, man. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. There was a part of it where, she's locked in a cage and everybody there at the house is like, she's kind of doing the whole jigsaw bit
Yeah.
and giving them the third degree
Yep.
about what they've done wrong and whatnot. And I thought that was funny. And I don't want to ruin too much, and I'm not going to give any more away. But the acting I thought was well done.
The gore was good.
The gore was good. There was a lot of comedy in there too, which
Yep,
was pretty
yep.
funny.
Yes.
So yeah, it wasn't bad. Like I said, it kind of drug on. I might have dozed off towards the end a little bit, where
That's
I had to
because you didn't
rewind it
have
back.
rats in your fucking theater.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, listen. I mean, what's watching a horror movie without fucking real live rats,
Yeah.
right? In a theater, eating your fucking popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine putting your hand in the popcorn
Oh.
and you think you're going for a bottle cap or something or a snow cap,
Snow cap.
and you get a ratatouille.
They don't sell snow caps at movie theaters anymore. What the fuck?
They sell them at Dollar Tree. Or
Yeah,
Dollar
I
was gonna
Tree.
say,
you
it's
don't,
like-
thing. Yeah,
you
no,
don't go to the movies to
No,
buy
no,
candy.
I buy them for like a
You
buck.
pregame
Yeah, of
at the
course.
dollar
Absolutely,
store.
absolutely.
You go to Five Below. That's what my
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Snow
Yeah, now
caps,
it's
you
like
spend
M&M's,
$8.
Reese's, and like Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, and honestly, we go to AMC all the time, and they don't give a shit. We bring a whole fucking bag. We got everything in
Yeah,
our bag.
they don't
care.
even-
Pockets are
they don't
filled.
even-
I got 4 waters. I got fucking
don't care.
everything.
They don't even question it anymore.
Got
It's like,
everything,
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Got
At least you're
everything.
coming here and not staying away from COVID.
What did you guys watch? You
Yeah,
guys
so,
watch anything?
Wait,
yeah.
so Joe, that sounds. I think you mentioned something earlier about similar to what Danny was saying. Like, had you until the end?
Yeah, so Dave and I just so happened to go to the same early access screening of In a Violent Nature last night.
Did you both know you were going to the same one? or
Well,
did
when
you
he
plan it,
posted,
or-
I know
Like-
I
like
had already
24
had my
hours
ticket.
before.
Yeah, and
Okay.
he posted that and I was like, wait a minute, that's the same one I'm going to.
Is this the Rat Theater?
No, thank
Okay.
God.
I
I mean,
asked that question,
Cherry
too.
Hill might have rats, but they're like bougie rats and shit. I don't
Because
know.
then you can put a camera on the rat and just watch the whole fucking
got-
thing
Yeah.
from the
They got
the
rats coming in
point
on
of view.
Mercedes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fucking Bentleys and shit.
Oh, fuck.
So, and we interviewed Charlotte, and that dropped already per when we're recording now. But we were going into it knowing she's a part of a crazy kill. And when that scene, you could see it was starting to progress, and
It's in the trailer, right?
yeah,
In the
like
show,
you
yeah,
see
you
her
see
starting
her
to
there,
scream, you
yeah.
know shit's about to hit the fan. And honestly, that shit blew me away.
So why couldn't she get away? Like he was like walking, and she was pretty far from him. So I was like just.
Nah, it's just.
Okay, all right. I
Yeah,
haven't seen it, so I guess
yeah,
I gotta walk
yeah.
in his shoes.
Yeah. I don't want to keep saying it.
She
I'll stop asking questions when I get there. Yeah.
had limited options.
Yeah, she got fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
where I expected her to get fucked up, and this took it to a
It
whole
was
nother
squishy,
level.
too,
Like,
right?
if we would have did June brackets in this, it probably would have been a Final Four candidate. I would have voted for it to win, because that was the craziest shit I've ever seen. I was waiting for him to look at me because my mouth was open for like a minute straight. I couldn't focus on the movie after that shit happened.
Now,
I'm like, I
see-
can't believe what I just fucking saw.
I think it was that YouTube. We watched a movie. You ever
Yeah,
watch those,
that guy.
those
He's
guys?
hilarious.
Yeah, they're funny as hell.
No,
That
see,
guy-
I
that
got
guy's
broken
good.
down. I've seen too many movies with Danny now that I'm afraid to look over.
Yeah. But he was watching it, and I just heard it as he was watching it, and it just sounded like there was a lot of squishiness going on. in
Yeah,
that
and
fucking
words
scene.
can't even. What? It was unbelievable. It was one of the
Tell you
craziest
what,
things I've ever seen.
even if it never won Best Kill, the most
been close.
original kill.
yeah,
Okay.
to be that original in
Would it-
2024
would it
was
made the final four?
absolutely. I would have. I love the bone marrow, but what I saw last night, I can't. Words don't even describe it. Honestly,
We don't know when it's dropping on Shudder yet.
don't
right?
know, but I can't wait. I hope someone bootlegs that scene.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Don't bootleg it though. I'm not
No,
supporting that
I'm-
shit. Fuck that.
Did you guys
surprised.
The
ever see
ending
the,
sucked. The ending was terrible. Fucking terrible. They could have just went to east. Sorry, I'm
you just
cutting
did
off, but-
you just didn't get it, man.
No, I did. It was fucking stupid. Sorry,
Sounded
Chris
like the dude
Nash.
from There's Something About
Yeah,
Mary.
his name is Chris Nash. I apologize, man. This was your work. You wanted to end it this way. I think it's fucking terrible. You could have just went the predictable route. I said, I don't know if these guys remember, so I'm not going to spoil it. I said there was one simple way to end this movie. When you're following the killer's perspective, there's only one way to end this movie, the obvious way. And to me, it would have been a fucking 9.7 if they did it that way. And instead, it's like a 3.5.
So you're playing Internet
And
Warrior.
3.4 is the kill. All right, Dave, your turn.
No, I was just saying. So you're playing Internet Warrior. Oh well, that didn't end the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, honestly, I rarely get mad at movies. We've known Skinamarink. We've known every shit show
Wait,
that.
what?
Yeah.
Did that just come out of Joe T's mouth? I really get mad at movies, except this one and that one.
Yeah, that's true.
And fuck Blumhouse?
That's true. I mean, yeah. That's,
Wait,
well, they're
what do you
batting
think?
below the fucking Mendoza line when it comes to fucking movies.
I like 4 movies.
Yeah. But Charlotte, shout out to you. That was fucking incredible.
Yeah. You almost wish our interview with her would.
Yeah, I
have
wish
been
she would have spoiled the
after.
shit out of it. She was clearly nervous.
Yeah.
Because now, seeing her character in that movie, she was not nervous whatsoever.
Yeah. Well,
She was the
maybe-
voice of reason, kind of.
Looking forward to seeing it. I hope it drops on Shudder soon. But
All right, so Joe didn't seem to agree with me when I threw it out there, but as I was mentioning to you guys earlier, how I felt somewhat vindicated, where I got a lot of looks when I asked her about if she ever heard of or saw Skinamarink. It's not that much of a stretch, because my take, this was Skinamarink as a slasher.
yeah, experimental horror.
No, I mean just as much happened.
Oh. Experimental horror. Yes. I mean, listen. You
Wait,
you follow-
what?
No.
There couldn't be
I
any
disagree.
tension.
Time out.
There couldn't be any
Time
tension
out.
in the movie, right?
No, there was
Because
a ton of
you
tension.
know where the killer is every fucking time. I mean, you're following him. You're the killer.
There was 1 or 2 points
So-
where
You're just meandering
kind
down
of-
the fucking.
now there were a few moments in the movie where they cut away from his perspective, and there was at least one time where you knew he was there, but then it cut to other people, having a conversation. It's just like, all right, is he going to lunge out now? And I won't say if he did or didn't, but yeah. So I would say all the tension was in, I guess, more so when he was going to attack. Like sometimes he would just walk up to like the edge of the woods and just watch them. And it's just like, all right, is this the point where he goes at them, or
Does it last like for a few minutes? Like you're just watching. Like there's nothing.
like the opening 5 minutes? The only thing it was missing was a Lego. It was it was just
No, that's the end. The last 5 minutes.
no. There was dialogue, there was motion,
Did the toilet disappear?
but the first.
No.
Where did that pipe go from the beginning, though?
That's a good question. I was
See,
hoping he would have put it through that girl's skull, but
I was having a.
You're having a pipe dream?
Yeah, I just can't wait till we hit spoiler territory with this.
Yeah, you guys got to see
because
it.
it's difficult trolling without giving anything away.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, yeah. Like let's get to the main event.
Oh, you
'cause
didn't
Fucking
want-
Hell House, baby. Let's bring it back.
Yeah, In a Violent Danger 3.5. Honestly,
3.5, 9.7 up until the last 5 minutes, and then it dropped.
I told.
To
That's what I was trying to tell you.
No, he
Shit.
said 9.7 until the last 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Last
and then it
5
dropped,
minutes. That
and
shit
his
felt like a
overall
fucking
score is at
eternity.
3.5.
3.5.
It had to like fucking like.
Oh,
like,
wait,
did
you
it,
Wait,
said-
you'll see
did
it.
it
Just
call
wait.
you names?
Oh, yeah. I wish it
Did
did
it
because
insult you?
it was out of. It was
Do you
like-
agree, Dave?
No, he loved it.
I think there was. I don't know. I think he might have been hearing voices, and maybe Johnny said something about his mother, because
Yeah.
he seems to have an awful bit of a grudge on that.
Yeah. I found his burner IMDb account. He gave it a 7.7. But
I didn't know I had an account
it's I mean,
because every time I log on, it says here or not
I
log
just
on,
went
but
to the
every
only
time I click
person
the
that
app,
ever gave Serbian Film and Human Centipede a 10, and that person gave In a Violent Nature 7.7.
no, I 8.5, but shit, I didn't even give Martyrs a 10.
Oh. Yeah, let's get to Hell House though. Honestly,
Let's get to Hell House. So
Yeah.
for me, May was like Hell House celebration, right?
Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the movie.
No,
I was
not
like,
May.
all right,
That's
I
what
wanna-
I thought.
I want to hear this
stop, please.
comparison.
We
No.
we talked about that movie. That was in the
We are-
past.
We're
Another
done talking about
3.5,
fucking
yeah.
Scooples.
We're fucking done with Scooples.
Oh no, we're not.
But I had the event, right?
Yes.
The Escape Hell House, where I got to meet, Stephen Cognetti and hang out at the, Waldorf Estate of Fear, which is the Hell House Hotel, the Abaddon. And then fast forward to, I'll spoil it, what is to come, and I appreciate, and I'm going to thank Mr. Cognetti for giving me his time to do a little interview as well. So I got a chance to talk to him. And now we are covering the franchise. So
Yeah,
I'm
shout out
Yeah.
to Mr. Cognetti.
Absolutely.
Did you
man.
call him? Was it Steve? Steven? How?
Steven. I called him Steven.
Yeah,
Cognetti,
all respect, man.
But yeah, I mean, listen.
I
Hey,
hate
yo,
found footage.
Mr. C.
I hate
could've-
found footage, and this is some pretty good shit.
I could have talked to him for hours, and I wanted to be respectful of his time, right? Because we were going for an hour, and I didn't, But he
Yeah.
is an individual that is so down to earth, approachable, very cool. Appreciates the fans of his movies, and takes time to just bullshit. I mean, we bullshitted more about horror in general and where it was going and different movies that we liked, other than we talked a little bit about Hell House, but yeah, Hell House LLC, man. Found footage horror fans out there, if you're not watching this movie, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think for a found footage movie that I'm not all that fond. I'm okay with found footage movies, but for me, and we'll kind of get into this, I think this franchise and the movie itself, the first one too, and Carmichael are tops for me.
Yeah.
Really enjoyable, and I think it was pretty awesome how you got to go visit.
I wanna,
I've been
and I know
swayed.
we're gonna
only
get
thought it
we're
was a
gonna
couple
get
of them
to it.
first.
I asked him a question about spin-offs and things like that when you listen to the interview, but I would absolutely love two things, right? I would love to see the story of the Carmichaels, right? And I would love to really understand the time when, and guys, stop right now if you haven't seen any of these movies.
Go to
We're gonna
Tubi.
fucking- we're going to
Go to
spoil them,
Tubi,
so-
and you can watch them. I think all the first three.
At this
First
point,
one.
we've already spoiled like
Yeah.
3 movies. already
I
in
know the
this
first
episode.
3 are
Yeah.
on there, plus
First 3 are on
We
Tubi.
spoil our listeners know we spoil everything.
But
Yeah.
Shudder does carry all 4 of these.
Yeah.
I know Tubi has the director's cut. I didn't think till I got the Carmichael for a rewatch that I even think like, oh yeah, it's on Shudder.
Do you know there's behind the scenes, like there's extras?
Mhm.
I never knew that. Like the director's cut, if you watch it, like there's a half hour of like extras and shit
Yeah,
that I never knew,
because
and I haven't watched yet, and I'm really excited to watch it. I've
because
never
the
even-
first time I watched it, I'm thinking like, okay, the time difference between the 2 cuts. I'm like, how much shit did they trim out of this?
I never even fucking noticed.
And
it,
then
man.
the movie ends, and I click, and there's like 15, 20 minutes left.
Yeah,
I was
can't
like,
wait to
what the?
fucking dive
Wait,
into that.
this is a hell of a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
And then that's when it went on to.
Oh, this is a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, want to see the Carmichaels, and I want to see from the time that Patrick donned the clown outfit, right? Like during that time, from that time on, well, how did he get to that point? And then from that time on, what was happening? So that would be cool to kind of, and I'm sure Steven has a lot of things up his sleeves for the 5th installment, which I can't wait.
Did he give you anything?
No, nor would I ask. I mean, I did shamelessly try to, put my tail between my
Yes.
legs and take my shot, and it was embarrassing. And if you're listening again, I apologize. But yeah, I want to be in that movie. I live an hour away from the Abaddon. I will show up at any time. I told him I will pay you to be in it.
He will personally
Just an
walk
extra.
up from Atlanta.
Oh no! I will drop everything. Hell,
I told him, I was like, I'm sure they have something for extras when it first comes out, and like signing up to be an extra.
that would be
For
a
that?
dream.
You just got to, you just have to pay attention and check it.
Yeah,
Because they are out there,
Yeah.
especially when they come to town.
Well,
So-
hopefully he's filming. He may do something at the Abaddon again. So maybe I get lucky.
How could they do something when it's already burned down?
Hey, this is the creative mind of.
See, he's
Steven
taking
Tyler.
a page from
Flashbacks.
Flashbacks.
he's taking a page from Carpenter. So now we start at the Carmichael trilogy. That's connected to Tully. So they're done with the hotel. Now it's continuing this Carmichael story. So they're going with the whole anthology.
Danny C,
sort of.
kick us off. You kind of give us the synopsis. Let's start with House
Oh wait,
LLC.
can I do a big dick swinging moment?
Oh,
Swing
I'm
that dick.
I'm sorry to
Swing
hear
it.
about your loss, man, but I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying Nigel put me in bad Ben 12.
Wow.
oh,
So
okay.
I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I'm
Okay.
just saying I guess I got more charm.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's why you hype up that franchise all the time.
I was hyping it before
so you're
12
an
was
actor.
even
You're an
conceived.
actor. You're in that movie.
I didn't even get a fucking credit out of it.
Oh, well,
I'm so pissed.
listen. maybe.
So there's a reason,
but
there's a reason now for me to watch Bad Ben 12?
Can we see you in there? Where are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We're not talking extra. Like you see me.
oh.
I'm
you're-
in that fucker.
Oh, okay.
I even get a line.
Promoting that shit. Look at that fucking clown.
I got to ad-lib my own line.
Yeah, that fucking clown.
that fucking clown, dude. That-
You're not taking Cherrywood out of this dining room.
do you know that
Oh, you saw me today? I had to start doing that shit.
do you know that clown is like rated as one of the most terrifying clowns?
And
I-
he doesn't even have an official name for it.
No.
The
but
Hell
it's-
House clown.
we
that-
we
Well,
It's
we
that fucking
don't.
clown. We
that
gave-
fucking clown.
yeah we
That
gave him a
fucking
name.
clown. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's that fucking.
Well,
clown.
yeah, I guess you can't really say it unless because you're spoiling the movies. Essentially, that's why he doesn't say, "Yeah, that's Patrick."
Yeah. That's true.
But
Sorry,
yeah, it's
did we
that
just give away
fucking
all
clown.
4 movies?
Yeah. Well, listen. Shame on the listeners that haven't seen Hell House yet. Go watch it. It's fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
but then
Num-
come back.
Number 4 just came out last year.
Yeah, and it was right there on par with the first, man. It was. I told him too, and I wasn't ashamed to say it. I fucking Carmichael Manor. There was a scene where I actually had the hands in front of the eyes.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That effective.
yeah. It was I had the lights all off. I was up in my horror man cave watching that when it first dropped, and that was fucking. There was some scary
What scene
scenes.
was that?
It was. Was it the shadow scene where they were walking by the door, back and forth? when
Wait,
he
what's
was-
this, Carmichael?
This is Carmichael.
I mean, that fucking girl.
It might have been the shadow scene where he was approaching the door and you just saw the shadows walking by.
Down the end of the hall.
Yeah, and the peekaboo scene was fucking
With
where
the hands?
where Margaret. that
Margot?
was
Margot.
Margot. No,
Yeah.
wait. Who was the Carmichael? Not the the YouTube the paranormal.
Fuck.
Margaret Carmichael, yeah.
Margaret
Yeah,
Carmichael.
Yeah, Margot was the
Was the
one
girl.
staying there
Yeah.
at the house.
She was the Alex of this movie.
Hell House, Carmichael Manor. Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. And I don't scare easy. So kudos.
Yeah, he obviously did a great job because, again, I never had an issue with clowns. Like, I can appreciate a good scary scene with a clown and all, but I've never had that fear. Watching this first one, like, fucked me up.
Yeah.
And every time his face, like, just looking at that picture right now.
Yeah, and it's not jump scares.
Nah.
It's subtle little fucking background things that are creepy, and those are the most effective, and I wish more people would realize that.
Even if the head never turned, it was still disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah. That right there, see that face right there? I am really, I'm like 99.9% contemplating that's going on my fucking leg. My calf.
As it should.
Nice.
I think I'm going to do Hell House clown on my calf.
So that's why when you dress up as the clown, and then a little while later you show people you have the clown on your leg.
Yeah, I just like hike up one
Yeah.
And then
leg
people
sleeve.
realize he is a clown.
Yeah, and then when you get to talk to me, you realize fuck. So
There was a jump scare in 4 though, when the girl shows up next to her.
Oh, yeah.
When she's going.
yeah.
During
well,
That one
she's
was
on-
great.
she's
That
on the
was
Zoom
great.
call.
creepy fucking
Yeah,
scene
that was
too,
so
man.
good.
Very creative,
So good.
very effective. We're going backwards here. We're talking
We
about
just go all
Carmichael.
over the
But
place.
Yeah, we'll just.
Yeah.
But Dan, you wanna take us through maybe just the OG here, just kind of a little synopsis on Hell House?
Well, 5 years after an unexplained malfunction causes the death of 15 tour goers and staff on the opening night of a Halloween haunted house tour, a documentary crew travels back to the scene of the tragedy to find out what really happened. And at that point, shit goes down.
Yeah.
And I think that this is the one that is most attractive to everybody because it goes back and it tells you a story. It's a documentary type where they're interviewing people.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so you got newscasters and such, and people that have researched did history on the town and such, and they kind of divulge into this whole incident that happened. It's cool because they hurry up and show you in the beginning of the movie the video that was taken.
Oh, the YouTube video.
The YouTube video that was taken that night of the chaos.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go back and tell the story from the beginning of how it all started.
Yep.
So I like that. To me, that's
Yeah.
That brings me. I was like, okay, now what really happened? And then when you see like people running through the scene at different times, and they're questioning like, who the hell is that?
Yeah,
Is that part of it? Is that part of this? And then they go back and you watch the movie, then you kind of get I see.
And what I love too, what he did was he showed you what was in the background too. Like if there was a hooded figure, if the camera pans across the room, right, he'll go back and he'll like after the scene show you what was there. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's just sort of like it's like
Kind of like Lake Mungo.
Exactly. Lake Mungo. We got to do that movie at some point.
Please.
It doesn't show shit in the whole movie till the end.
It was just so dread-inducing, Lake Mungo.
No,
man. It
they
was just
showed
like-
shit. You just didn't
it's
see
sleep
that.
inducing.
Huh?
It's sleep
No,
inducing.
man, it was just like, I mean, there was a lot of images of ghosts and everything, and the pictures that the kid was taking, and I mean, it to me that's creepy, man.
And a
It's-
16-year-old banging her neighbors.
yeah, like what the fuck was going on there? Like,
That was disturbing for me.
Yeah,
It's like,
Man.
and that family moved out quick.
all right, sorry,
We're
yeah, tangent time though. But,
Yeah.
But Palmer, like Laura Palmer, who had a similar double lifestyle. Never mind. All right, Hell House.
What?
Squirrel?
Squirrel? Okay.
Anyway, the story takes place of going backwards, and then you have 5 friends, right? It was 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That end up investing and to reopening the Abaddon Hotel for this Halloween tour. They've done this before in other places locally, and they got a good deal on this property to basically start putting together this Halloween tour. And during the course of them prepping for it, the month or two in advance, shit seems to happen. Things weird happen that are very weird, and they pick up on things that are existing in the hotel, or, weird coincidences that are happening, and filming and doing test spots, and one person that's filming thinks it's one person.
Oh yeah.
In a clown costume messing around, and it's not, and they jump to another room, and
Paul, forever the prankster.
yeah.
Yeah. That scene where they woke up in the middle of the night and the clown is just fucking at the bottom of the staircase. That scene was actually recreated for me in the Escape Hell House.
Nice.
I was that podcast guy, and we were upstairs, and we had the only way down was the clown was just fucking standing there looking up. Then you had to go past him. And as I'm going past,
He just had a red tear
just,
come
like,
down your eye.
just turning his head to like look at me. I'm like, fuck.
Did you shit yourself?
No, I told him I was getting a tattoo of him on my leg.
Wow. I would have been like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, it was great though. I hope you guys come in October. It's $25, man. Even if it's a couple of hours, just to experience. Like for me, being there was just great because I had just watched a movie the previous night, and just being in the basement and just like, because one of the questions Steven actually asked me at the start was
Yeah.
like, what was that like, right? Like, what, how did you feel like being in the hotel? And it was just, it was just weird. It was like surreal for me. Like I could have stood in that basement, and they had to call me to kind of continue because I was the one that just, like, I didn't want to move. I was just standing in the middle of the basement. Like, I just watched this last night. I'm here. I'm looking at everything.
You're in
Hey,
shock and
asshole,
awe.
we're waiting on you.
Yeah.
Come on, get
Yeah,
up.
that was basically.
Take,
it's like,
you want to take
come
it
on,
in
you
like,
gotta
no.
go.
You know what? It sounds like you guys yelling at me every night. I'm trying to get set up, and you're like, "Fucking dinner's ready."
That's what I told him. I need to just soak it in, man. I'm in this fucking basement. The clowns are sitting right fucking there. Let's go.
Were you like Brewster's Millions there? This is a basement I could die in.
Brewster's Millions, man. Thank you for bringing that shit up, dude. You ever see Brewster's Millions?
Yes.
Fucking love that movie, man. I haven't thought about that movie in Richard Pryor.
Yeah. And that whole
John
scene-
Candy.
He's got to spend. He buys the fucking, or no, he scrimmages against the Yankees.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! I haven't thought about that. I gotta
Remember,
watch that.
remember
man.
the whole thing at the end though when he
Oh.
had the decorator redoing the room, and
Oh,
and then at the very end it's this really like avant-garde type, just very minimalistic like, and he was just like, "This is the room I want to die
Yeah,
in."
yeah.
So that's just you in the basement.
Yeah,
This is the
exactly.
basement I
This
could
is the
die in.
basement I could die in. Yeah.
Get up here! The tour's continuing.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. But watching all of the 4 movies and then watching the first one again, you start you start connecting the dots, right? And start kind of thinking like, what did Alex know going into that? About that hotel? Like
It
what was,
sounds like he
know.
knew 95% of it.
yeah,
He didn't know exactly what Tully was up
Yeah.
to, but
what deals were being made with the devil, basically.
I don't know what he knew, but he knew something.
Yeah.
And it sucks too. On the way here, it hit me because I know you've been asking like, "Oh, what? Anybody got any questions?" I just thought of something. Yeah, on my way here, a week after the fucking interview, I'm curious to know, like when he made the original movie, how much of the lore did he have mapped out going into it? Like, was he winging it and kind of with each sequel, like, okay, well, this justifies this, or did he go in kind of with this arc?
I think that question was. I think I kind of skirted around that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to. Don't quote me on it. I'm trying to remember.
Like, was he more?
I think he had an idea of the story going in, like where he wanted to go with it.
Because it to me, especially the first 3, felt smooth enough, as if he kind of had this.
I think you would have to.
At least
Yeah.
thoroughly outlined the way
Yeah.
he connected things.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in there that do a lot
A
of
lot of it
connecting.
didn't feel forced.
I feel
Right.
like I read something online recently when we were, because we knew this episode was coming, that said he had already mapped out,
Yeah,
like the
I
three
believe
movies.
Okay.
He already mapped it out.
Like it was essentially like one. If you put them together, essentially like one movie.
And the premise for him was like the spark was basically, when you think about it, right? It's cool, shit goes wrong in a fucking haunted house attraction.
When
Would
no
you
one's
even
going to
know?
believe. Yeah.
Right? Would you even know that? Is it part of the attraction? So that premise right there kind of built this. And
I thought it was really funny when we were down in Florida and I introduced my in-laws to this movie. The first one played out, and then my mother-in-law says, "I can't believe that really happened." And then she went to bed, and the next morning I was like, "It's a mockumentary." And then she goes, "What's that?"
Oh, you got to sit her down for Lake Mungo then.
So,
she might become a fan. Yeah. Get more people to like Lake
Yeah.
Mungo.
but no, I think there was enough Easter eggs in the movie that when they got to the second one, and it was like, oh, all right, well that makes sense. And even with the third one, it's like even more. It's like, oh, okay. And
Russell Wind.
I was going to say, and wasn't like, yeah, all right, we're going like jumping ahead,
we're
but
just going to jump around.
like when towards the end of 3, when they're showing how Russell was in the other movies, I don't remember the first one.
Yeah, he was at the diner. He was actually
But
sitting,
in 2,
yeah,
that was him passing him in a diner, wasn't it?
Yeah,
no, I think it was a bar. It was the bar.
Oh yeah, yeah. Same difference.
but he was there too with Alex and all of them, right?
There was a meeting at the diner.
Yeah.
And then he was sitting in the back, and then they crossed with him at the bar.
Yeah, Margot and
Corey.
Rebecca, when they were leaving the bar, they're walking out, and I'm pretty sure in 2 you actually saw him walking through, but you don't think about it because it's
You think it's a random?
Yeah.
it's a bar. Of course, people
Yeah.
are going to be.
It was
Yeah,
somebody
there's
in
a lot
Bad
of-
Ben 12.
You like this movie, you got to watch them all like in succession, right? Like if you have the time to just kind of binge all 4, it's probably the good way to
That's
go.
the best way, like a rainy day.
Yeah.
I think just like with the Saw movies, definitely all. I think it's better as a unit if you watch them back to back.
And listen, the other clowns in Carmichael was nothing to sneeze at either. That one clown that always ended up in another room,
Yeah.
that looked fucking real. Like it looked like it was actually it was a mask.
Oh no,
but
it wasn't
looked-
CG. That was an actual clown.
It looked but I'm saying that like the detail of like everything, the mat just looked like it was.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. If it wasn't for that fucking clown, yeah, those 2 would have been completely sufficient.
Yeah.
As far as creeping out.
So that's the
That
other
one just put it
fucking
over the
clown.
edge.
That's the other fucking clown.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if we go back to the first one,
That
and I
fucking
know,
clown and fuck those guys too.
yeah, fuck those clowns too. But in the first one, you basically have a reporter. They're doing an investigation. Sarah is one of the members that basically shows up out of nowhere with a bunch of videos.
Which, what was it, like 10 years or something she was gone, or 8 years?
I think it was 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
She's been gone, hasn't been heard of, and she shows up with these videos and talks to the
What's
The-
on there? Everything.
here, go through it. And then after she goes through everything, she was one of the original 5 that were started up the whole the haunted house.
She was Alex's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice booty shot
They
in the
should've-
first one.
Oh yeah, when she's yeah. Good call, Dennis.
Yeah, I don't get how Paul was considered a creep. Like anybody would have been.
Oh, yeah.
Like filming that
Yeah,
shit.
creep? Nah.
Paul was fucking great though.
Yeah.
Paul was a great character.
Yeah. I mean,
I could
fuck,
hang
he got
with Paul.
Hector's seal of approval.
And that's the other thing is that they're going through and they're giving you like the whole 2 months leading up to it, and there's different aspects that they're testing out. That clown just fucking pops up everywhere, and then they're doing the strobe lights.
Oh, yeah.
The strobe lights really fuck with me too, and you can see
Yeah.
them move in and out and coming around, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, this is
But-
like kind of closed off." So
And it's done just right that you're almost second guessing. Wait, were they moving, or do I just not remember the exact positioning? And then it just gets more and more obvious
Yeah.
Yeah.
with each flash.
And I think Paul actually vomited. When
Yeah,
the guy- that
I,
was
d- I
like,
did
yeah,
recently
yeah.
hear
I
that
think I
that
stepped on it.
he went
when I
all
was in the
method.
bar there. I might have stepped on it. Maybe there's a possibility.
But as they're going through the setup and doing all the testing, and they're finding out more and more. I think they're getting it. One of the actress that comes in kind of gives them a heads up about kind of what happened there, kind of the history of the Abaddon Hotel, about how there was a cult there, and doing weird ritual, people going missing and things of that nature.
And now you think of who was part of that cult, right? When you start, I mean, it was Tully, but they were recruiting. I mean, Patrick, right? He was kind of recruited in.
Yeah,
I want to learn more about that. That's where.
Yeah,
and it's in the same universe. I heard Jack Delroy was in that same cult.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, here we
the
go.
high trees, right?
Here we go. Late night with the devil meets House LLC. All right.
What did I say before I left work today?
What's that?
We were talking about it. I said, "Yeah, this is, another cult group,
Oh,
just like Late Night with the Devil."
That's right. That's right. You did.
Oh, I heard another crossover theory. I'll save it for when we're done here. But I suddenly want to see another movie
Oh, okay.
based on a speculated connection. But
Sarah ends up pulling them, pulling the reporters into going to meeting up with her, and it's weird because she's like, "Oh, I'm in the hotel. I'm in 2C or something," and they go to the hotel, whatever she's at, and there's no 2C there. So now they head over to the Abaddon Hotel to go see what's going on. In the meantime, there's somebody back at the station that's kind of going through the videotapes.
She would have picked up that phone.
Yeah, she ignores the phone call.
She ignores the phone call, warning her, "Get the fuck out, and let's go into room 2C.
the Abaddon eats people.
Andrew Tully's Lake of Fire. Come join me."
I thought that was awesome as they open up. There's 2C, and then you're like, oh, shit, they said 2, she said she was going to 2C, and they open up the door.
And she's sitting there.
And it's really eerie. It's really creepy.
Yeah.
And then the robed cult.
The really tall Jawas and or
Yeah.
aliens from Phantasm.
They
And
were.
I sat on the same bed that was in room 2C.
Did you sniff it?
No.
Oh.
No. I wanted to actually stay
Fucking
at the
poser.
event and not get kicked out. We got a sniffer. There's a fucking
The
sniffer in
podcast,
here.
guys. The
Get him
sniffer.
out.
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if Cognetti was cool with you and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm down with that. I love your tattoos. You guys make a relationship." And then you go over and sniff on the bed, and he's like,
Security.
"Yeah, nah, fuck that shit. Get him the fuck out of
Yeah, I
here."
was sniffing everything.
Yeah.
Sniffed when the girl was sitting in Paul's room. I sat there, though. I sat up against the wall to recreate
Oh, in Paul's room.
in Paul's room.
And that was the subtle things that they didn't have to do. They didn't have to do jump scares. It's coming. You just don't know what to expect. The lights are off, and then he's got the camera on him, and then he puts a light on right behind him.
Yeah, because
You know?
Cognetti gets it. Even before she was sitting there, when that person first walked into Paul's room.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was like, and he thought it was Sarah, and that was like, that fucking creepy. She's just like standing there, knowing that that's not her, and he just turns around and walks. Like, shit like that is what creeps me out. That's what gets me scared in a horror movie. Not these fucking
Legos.
Not these fucking 20,000 jump scares in a Blumhouse movie.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yo, what do you think of Blumhouse?
Fuck Blumhouse, man. Fuck Blum and House. And fuck Skinamarink, man.
The hatred. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't hate.
Now
It's
what's-
I
something.
do.
I just, it's product that's out there.
Yeah, product that saps
But
our
to be-
money away.
Yeah, but guess what? We're sitting here talking about it, right? So it's being effective.
Now watch
in one
this.
way or
In the
another.
next year, his top 5 actors and actresses are all going to appear in Blumhouse movies, and we're not be able to score
Yeah.
a single interview.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jason's like, you know what? Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm going to assume. Every time someone tells me no, they're a Blumhouse fan.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking.
listen, like I said earlier on, I'm going to give Blumhouse a little benefit of the doubt because I think they finally, the light bulb went off
They can course correct.
and they course corrected with The Exorcist. Now, Flanagan's I mean, I would have loved to have seen Cognetti because when you listen to the interview, that's kind of his dream project. He's an Exorcist fan.
Maybe they'll give him the third
So
one.
I would absolutely love to see his vision of what he would do. I probably should have asked a follow-up question, like, where would you have taken it? What would you have done with The Exorcist?
So has he done anything
Well, I
else?
said I hate myself for that interview. It's just like,
Oh,
I feel
stop.
like I was horrible in
stop.
it.
You were
and
fine.
I feel like I should
Yeah, but
have
you guys are
asked more.
tight now, so.
No.
Did you
no,
ask him
no.
if he saw Skinamarink?
No.
Good.
So, I mean, has he done, outside of the Hell House franchise, has he done anything else other than, I don't know if there's any show. I don't,
No, I think
know
it's
a lot.
just,
It's just pretty much Hell House, right?
And I asked him about, because if you notice, like, a lot of, like, producers and everything was his family members.
There was
I
like 4,000 Cognettis
Yeah, so I
in
was
the.
curious. I'm like, and it was just, family helping him, right?
Yeah,
with
it
the
helps.
budget and all
Yeah,
that. So
That's
for
awesome.
sure.
So again, if you're listening, I could help you with the budget a
Yeah,
little bit.
we
too.
respect all the Cognettis.
Absolutely, absolutely. I thank them for all helping him to put that vision on the screen. But if I can be in part 5, I'll help him too. What do you need? I'll pay you to be in it.
Hey, yeah, get a little something for him.
Hey, no, listen.
Hey, you want to be an extra? Here's you, and you can't see your face or anything.
Dude, if
You're
I could
in a
ever
cape.
help,
Here's your black cape and robe.
yeah, I'll play a hooded figure.
Well, I mean, if the Chucky tattoo on his arm gets noticed, then
Right.
we'll be all
Yeah,
right.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I like that Chucky
still,
tattoo.
Still, I mean,
Oh,
But it's like every movie that in his movies, in Cognetti's movies, a lot of them, they're not real. They either died somewhere or
yeah.
in some way, shape, or form, and they're like an apparition. They just disappear, and oh well, yeah, so and so was killed, a long time ago, and and it's like, oh, okay, well that's a little more creepy, but. And as we get into the franchise, you go through a lot of that. So
Yeah.
But hey, listen, Sarah lures this group back, and they become she basically served them up to the cult.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
She got their souls. You know what? Another question I wish I would have asked. Go to the movie poster here. Scroll down.
I was going to ask you if any of these might crack your top 10. The Hell House poster.
I love the Hell House, but I get, again, it almost like their faces are scratched out, all but Sarah's, right? So I was curious about that, and it almost like when I see this, like The Ring. You didn't know that? Have you ever seen Ringo? What? You've never seen Ringo? What? You
Is
like
that a
the
better
hair?
poster than the regular one?
But in The Ring, remember when all the faces are distorted in the picture and they're
Yep.
all standing? I don't know, for some reason I got that vibe when I looked at the Hell House poster. But I was curious why they were all scratched out. Should ask that question.
Because Sarah's the cutest
Yeah.
of the 5.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Mac
would,
was kind of hot too, but
I would agree there. With
I think Sarah was just a little
With
cuter.
Sarah.
I think the big thing we haven't hit on yet is that the Abaddon Hotel sits on like a dimension.
Yeah, it's like a portal.
It's a portal,
Portal.
to hell.
Yeah.
Dare
Yeah.
we say the Lake of Fire?
Well, I mean, Tully, right? I mean, he's...
I
Yeah,
went
so-
down in a burning lake of fire.
My asshole
The Lake
burns,
of
burns,
Fire.
burns from that damn burrito and enchilada.
Oh,
And it
jeez.
burns, burns.
Come on, we haven't had a ditty all night.
Oh,
What the hell was that?
a ditty?
It's Cognetti. hit me
Oh
up
wait,
on
yeah, I
Instagram.
forgot. That's not a good
That's not happening.
song anymore. Not that ditty. Not the hashtag Me Too ditty. The old school term for like a jingle or just a.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and the other ones go into it too, and we don't need to go down the rabbit hole going through each movie, but
Yeah, we
I
do.
mean that's where it kind
So
of
part
starts.
2.
Yes, part 2.
I recently heard someone reference. Well, they were actually talking about part 2, and made like an analogy that they weren't wrong. Said it kind of had just the premise alone, not the movies were similar. Like almost had like a Blair Witch 2 vibe to it. to where it was like, all right, this is the movie that's the reaction to the first movie.
Yeah.
And like all the sensationalism of it and things like that, and kind of 2 only happened because of this documentary that was the first one.
You get
And
the
I was like,
influencers that
yeah.
go back, right? And they want to.
and I mean, just like Blair Witch, it was the superior to the original.
Wow.
Yeah, I brought up Molly earlier in 2 because a lot of people on Reddit, for some reason, say she's annoying and disliked her character. I didn't find that. Like, I didn't find her annoying. That's why I asked you guys.
Wait, which one was Molly again?
The brunette.
Okay. I keep getting the names mixed up.
Because a lot of people criticize 2 and 3. I actually enjoyed 2. I thought 2 was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. We got to watch 2 in the fucking dining room. Which was great.
They pull out a projector or
no, they
bring in a TV cart. Like,
no, they had a screen. They had a TV that was on the wall, and
Here,
they had
kids,
all the chairs.
watch this.
Hey, kids.
But yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool, and those that the VIPs, if you were a VIP, you got to watch the movie somewhere else. In another room, like your own little personal
In the
space.
basement?
In the freezer?
That was the one thing I was like, dude.
In the freezer, the
Hook
basement?
this shit up in the basement. Man. I want to watch this in the basement.
Fuck you. Take retroactively take my money.
One thing we didn't talk about from the first one, but the piano.
Oh, that fucking theme, man.
That
It's a great
theme.
score. Great soundtrack. I'd listen to that in my car.
It'll fuck with you
Yeah.
the whole entire series.
Yeah.
And it's funny what they call him, Hector.
Hector.
Hector was the
My buddy
clown.
Hector. Yeah.
And that would randomly go off at different times in every movie. And it kind of went back to the origins. And even in the second one, where one of the kid disappeared, the one kid that disappears, actually they go back to like 97. There's a home
Was it
video.
like Jacob or what was the kid's name again?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where'd it go? It was a J name. I kind of remember that.
Jackson?
Much. Jackson, yeah.
Yeah. So it goes back to where he's playing and like the Christmas of 97, and he's playing that fucking tune. And then he talks about the Abaddon opening in 2009.
I gotta watch the Carmichael Manor again because I gotta get the lyrics.
Yeah.
That song. I'm a karaoke it on one of the episodes.
Nice.
All right. I'll bring the Casio in. We'll do a
You
duet.
gotta play it, and then I'll fucking sing it, and we'll get it going.
And I didn't know that Cognetti wrote that?
Yeah, believe so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What are you saying? He can't pull a Carpenter and just come up with a simple?
No, I thought that was
but
awesome because
effective
I think that
song?
was one of the questions I had is like, where did he come up to kind of throw that in there? You know, that's original, and you see the origins of that fucking song.
And look, even that's not Margaret Carmichael. That's what's her name? Catherine, right? Even the sweater she's wearing is a fucking 80s sweater, man. I've seen those sweaters in
Looks like
1985.
Mrs. Voorhees' fucking sweater.
It's a little
My biggest gripe with this entire series, though,
yeah, hers is
all
plain.
comes down to Carmichael, because you get the background story on any, supernatural, haunted, whatever movie or series, and this one, it just, I felt really attacked. They're talking about that gruesome murder that happened way back in 1989. I'm like, fuck. Usually that shit's like 1800s or even the first half of the. No, way back in 1989, these awful murders happened. I'm like, I just felt everything.
We're old as fuck.
I felt my hair's whitening even more.
Yeah. I want to see that story though, man. I want to see Carmichael, the family. I want to see their story.
Yeah, that's my guess that he's going to dive a little more into that.
I'll probably get a little more into the accident that happened with Patrick and his sister, right?
Yeah, like what once
what
that
happened because he was all fucked up after that
he
point.
was all fucked up, and how did he meet Tully or whatever? How did he get involved in the cult? Like what?
So
was
he
it?
just got a job at the hotel.
So wait a minute. So in the second one,
Yeah,
and then Tully slowly corrupted everyone to join the cult.
yeah.
So the second one basically starts out again. You got a show, like a
Was it Morning Mischief?
Oh yeah,
or
you had like a
Mischief
news,
show.
Yeah.
and they have this one guy on there playing as Arnold Tasselman, right?
Yeah.
And he's one of the guys on there, and he's talking about, he's like against the Abaddon, right? And having these conversations and don't go there, and and then as they're leading and showing the video of
You
a lot
people
of
need
stuff,
to trust your local government that we know what we're doing about this investigation. And
right? And then it ends up, going through that whole movie, and you see Alex having a conversation prior to them going in there in 2009.
With somebody of a similar voice but
Yeah.
slightly distorted.
Right. So then I was, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, that sounds like the guy
Tully.
that's,
Titty
And it-
Tasselman.
yeah. It was the guy from the show. And then they're like, they just got done recording the show. And then they're like, oh, yeah, somebody couldn't make it. Arnold couldn't make it or something. What do you mean? He was already here,
I just got done talking to
I
him.
just got done talking to him. And here, as people go back to go revisit the house again, more people are going back into there to go investigate. Who shows up in the fucking dining room?
It taunts me.
It's fucking Andrew Tully himself. The whole, the
Yeah.
guy that he was there in the studios recording. And it kind of gives you a background to him and the cult. And
Actually, that's my second biggest complaint with the series. Dude, lower the saturation on the green screen there. That blue background, they dubbed in on that. It was like fucking blinding.
Oh, at the end of
That took me out of the whole second one with
Yeah.
when they were doing the show with the three of them. Every time they went back to that, like it was so fucking blue.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
all right, lessen the lower the saturation on that backdrop there, because
that was some of the complaints I had saw online about the same thing, Dave.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this dumb superficial shit. And my third and final biggest gripe is in part 3, the bad CG.
Yeah.
I guess it
The
was
Lake of Fire.
I guess it was
Yeah.
supposed to be an epic battle.
Yeah. So do we want to talk about Insomnia
Yes.
for Hell House 3, right?
I'm sorry.
friend
I still
Russell.
like that one.
Yeah. I like them all.
Like I said, I
Yeah.
feel like the
I thought it
battle.
was a joke.
I would have liked if the end fight even lasted a minute. Like that would have been awesome.
It reminded me of Jason versus Freddy.
You know
Yeah,
what?
except the third
It
one
reminded me
definitely helped
of
me go to
Revenge of the Sith when they first clashed lightsabers. Because that's about as long as it lasted. It was kind of like, "Urgh," and then the fucking thing blows up. Like that was it. There was more CG in that scene than there was fight.
Yeah. I would agree.
But otherwise, yeah, I liked the movie. It was an absolute like retread of the first one. Just a different thing happening there, a different event happening. But I thought overall it tied the overarching story,
Yeah.
up nicely. Maybe
Yeah.
they over-explained a little bit, but I feel like I hear a lot of hate on that one. But I mean, yeah, that priest was definitely touching kids, but
That's a pretty cool fucking movie poster, though, to be honest,
What's that?
for the third one.
Oh, the third one. Let me see.
Yeah.
Go back up. Yeah. Lake of Fire. Yeah, that is cool.
how is it they could nail the flames on the fucking poster, but
Because they were stationary.
they could have just put that in the backdrop and just shook it.
Well, the third one consisted of Russell Wynn, the millionaire, basically buying it out to do.
Who,
They wanted to
produced
tear
the
it down, right?
documentary from 2.
Yeah, that's right. He was.
Yeah, it was from like Wynn Productions
yeah,
or something.
He was looking at the footage or doing something with the footage from.
But yeah,
So
I mean, the actors in that whole thing were cringe as fuck. But I'm
so they're
guessing that
doing-
was the intent.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was the intent. Those cringe actors, but
Just a bunch of pretentious. Oh, I've done Shakespeare in the Park.
so he buys it
Probably
out.
paid them well to be there too.
He wants to put a show on.
Wait, Steven
At
or
the-
Russell?
Russell.
Russell.
Oh, okay.
Not Steven. But
Yeah, no, Russell win. No, I'm talking.
Russell wants to put on a production, so he gets all these actors and actresses there, and they're going through all the scenes and everything for quite some time, for like a month or so, right? They're all there, and there's one part where they're sitting there like hanging around, and they have a dare to go down.
Oh yeah.
To the go down and touch one of the clowns and come back, and
Yeah.
the girl takes her phone down, and that's
She's
when,
like, I'll go one extra. She's like,
or to give one a kiss.
Yeah. And then that fucking clown.
The way she had her
Turns his
camera angled, first it was looking straight on, and then when she goes to the clown next to that fucking clown, she pulls back and the camera's looking. Now the clown's looking directly at her, and she can see it in the
and
background.
it's the only thing that, especially up to this point, the only thing that fucking clown ever did, and it's just as creepy
It's
every
just
time.
enough though.
Yeah.
And then they throw in the added when she gets up and starts creeping her way to the door, and you see him following her
Yeah.
along.
Oh, that's
It
awesome.
gets up.
Yeah, the CG fire at the end wasn't all that great, but I like how it kind of brought the story to closure. That original.
And until the very end, like I mean, I'm not saying I'm great at like picking things apart. I mean, some things are just fucking obvious, but with this, like, you knew he was up to some shit. But throughout the whole thing, I just assumed, all right, he's somehow in with Tully. Like the torch was passed on to him, and he's doing this to sacrifice all those people.
Yeah.
And no.
So he was actually in a major accident that they were referenced to, and he was never the same after.
What if he crashed into Patrick and? Oh wait, nah, because that was what?
He was like in the
That was like, probably like '88, Patrick's accident, right?
Yeah.
Are you in the
Yeah.
multiverse of
No,
House?
no, but he's thinking about it. He was in a major accident. Russell Wynn was.
What if they were
and he was
Oh,
never
you're
the
saying
same
that was
after.
the accident that
That
killed
Patrick,
Margaret.
yeah, but
Yeah.
in the Patrick state, it was
But
alive,
what if
right?
they
And I
were
think they said,
France.
Russell's accident was like what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, it was
5 years.
recent.
No, it wasn't back in 89.
So that would have been closer to when the actual Hell House thing went down.
Right.
Not way back in
Yeah.
the old 1989.
So as they're battling out downstairs, and the whole entire Abaddon burns down, everybody's like, kind of found out in the fields, and kind of like their lives were given back to them, and
Like they were
they were
touched by an
freed.
angel.
They were touched by an angel, and he was an angel the whole time, but also he was dead. Russell Wynn died in that car crash. So it's another one of those instances like, hey, this person's dead, but they're showing up.
That was the other thing on the rewatch too. Like, I took it as, okay, he died and this was, his spiritual self, which had me thinking, like, he interacted with so many living people and all. So was it that, or was it, because they said he died for 2 minutes. So was it like he was just a ghost that was able to interact with the real world? Or did he actually come back, but he was touched with the gift before his return? Because I feel like too many real world people were hanging around him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure they spell it out and I just missed it. But the first time I figured, oh, he fucking Bruce Willis this shit.
Yeah.
And then like the second time, it's like, nah, I'm pretty sure he actually did come back. He was just handed the gift. And come on, how about the whole Last Supper there before opening night?
Oh, the bread and
The bread and the wine and
breaking bread.
those fucking ingrates stole all of his free bread.
How about
So-
some bread?
Let me ask you guys, what's your favorite scare in this franchise?
All 4 of them?
There's so many of them.
I
you can
think-
give me 2 if you want.
I think the hitchhiker in 2 fucked with me the most.
Yeah, she was at the event too.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was. She actually worked there, and she was leading one of the groups during the escape. I was like,
And then she got far ahead and they found her in the basement with her face all fucked up.
I wasn't going there. If she went in the basement, I wasn't going there. I wasn't taking that chance. But okay,
Wouldn't it be funny if it was like you did the interview with Stephen Cognetti, but Stephen Cognetti's been dead for 20 years?
That would be.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Weird.
I can't wait to look at the footage.
Of the interviews. Yeah. I do have that fucking clown behind me now. So the hitchhiker for you?
Yeah, like anything with the clown fucked with me. The girl in the hallway in Carmichael, even just the fucking hand sticking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Like
that
there were
was-
a lot of great ones, but I think the one, again, I saw the first one. I'm probably up to 4 or 5 times now. The rest of them I just saw for the second time, like just this week.
Yeah.
Just to further prepare for this. So, but so far both times that I've seen the second one, yeah, when they come down the basement and she's there, especially when they freezed on her. Yeah, I think that was equally as effective both times. Like it just fucked with me for a few minutes.
Okay. Joe?
The scene I said in 4 with the girl next to her. And in the first one, every scene with that fucking clown. The very first time when he runs and he sees the clown and he tries to go back to them and tell them, and then they look up the footage and they see that the clown was actually standing there.
Yeah.
That scene was great.
Yeah. And that's what I love about it too, right? Because the footage actually showed, like, they didn't, like, they saw it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, like, wow. That's
Yeah, it was
fucking
not like
crazy.
Yeah, because normally
It's not like it didn't show up
or
No,
distort the footage or
Exactly.
something.
in most
like
movies they go that route.
Yeah.
And I liked how
Yeah.
he was right. Like most times everyone's wrong. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
believe you. I don't believe
so
you.
we can't see it.
Yeah.
That's not
I mean,
it.
it seemed like they still didn't believe him. Like, oh, you must have done. But it was like, yeah, that was a nice touch
Well, I
that
think
they followed up.
I
And
think some of them knew what the fuck was up anyway, maybe.
at least one,
At least
maybe
one.
2.
Dan, what about you?
I mean, we haven't really gotten into Carmichael Manor yet, but
We're
feel
not
like,
done.
We're not done. I know that. I really loved that the scare what Joe was talking about, where she's on Zoom
Yeah.
and she's
yeah.
talking
That's
to
one of my
she's
favorites, too.
she's a realtor, right? And she's
Yeah.
like putting stuff out there, showing stuff to her boss, and all of a sudden she's like, "I didn't put these pictures in." here.
Yeah,
And she's
the
going through
inserts
it.
of the
First
And it's
she
like
actual-
step by step of going up the
Yeah,
stairs and then to the
yeah.
room. And is that
Creepy as
you?
Fuck.
Is that you right now? And it gets closer and closer, and then you see
Such a great
somebody
scare,
standing
man.
there.
Creative.
Yeah, I thought that. But in Carmichael Manor, it was very tense scene at the end of the movie where Margot and I forget her friend's name, but they're all they're freaking out because they're trying to get out of there. They know there's some shit's going on in that house. They can't find her brother.
Oh, they're in the bedroom.
They're in the bedroom, and they're getting
text
texts.
messages. Yeah, yeah.
Going back and forth, and then all of a sudden the clown's in the room, and that was really well done for me. It was very tense. It was very nerve-wracking.
And it was the 911 call.
Yeah.
Right, that you heard at
From
the
the beginning of the
where it's
movie.
like, that's
That's
not
not
him.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I like the original, the Hell House, and I really like Origins, the
I love
Carmichael
Origins,
Manor.
too.
I like it a little more. It might be because they're bringing it back a little of history and kind of what's going on. They kind of get into the whole clown piece.
Yeah.
Margot was almost abducted at the same carnival that these
Carnival,
clowns
yeah.
were at,
Yeah.
and
Where the cult began.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was me. How about you,
Okay.
JC?
God, there's so many. I mean, I think for me the anything with the fucking clown, of course. Anything with the clown. The girl in Paul's room, right, with the sheet.
The peekaboo
The
scene.
peekaboo scene. Yeah, that and then I go to Origins. I love the creativeness around the whole fucking real estate with the Zoom call. I thought that was fucking well done.
It was definitely the best jump scare of the series.
Yeah, yeah. Even when she was, when she was kind of talking in the camera when it first got, you saw the Margaret. What was it? Margaret dead on the bed, or
Oh, yeah.
Catherine dead on the
In the
bed,
back-
like in the
you look at-
background,
yeah.
right?
I like that too.
And then the head turns and she looks at her.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, the peekaboo with Margaret, and for some reason, the walk from Chase to the room, the door that opened where the clowns were in, and you just see the shadows going by. I'm like, fuck. I didn't want him to fucking. I did not want to watch to see what was going to be in that.
They just wanted to play ball.
They did.
Yeah,
They did. Yeah,
they're throwing their balls all over that house.
a little bit of the changeling, right? Anytime you see a red ball that just fucking bounces around the house, get the fuck out. But yeah, there was so many.
That's all they had to do was get out of that fucking house and stay out of that fucking house, right?
Yeah.
But they went to the antique shop. They started digging around.
Yeah.
They
should've
reached
left
in that
15
clock.
times. They should have fucking left.
Do you know that's the same grandfather clock that's in my dad's house?
There it is.
That's
The
Dave.
clock.
Dave, is that not the same one?
That's the clock in the Abaddon.
Yeah.
I
That's the
was
same
fucking.
one.
I was right on the side.
I know
of
the
it,
face is
trying
the
to
same.
Find the fucking. I'm like, where are those secret fucking things?
It's in the side, man.
Yeah. That's the one that my mom was talking me through.
Yeah.
But Carmichael Manor, I think it was pretty cool. I think going back to 1989, kind of giving you a history of the Carmichael Manor. Also giving Andrew Tully a little background to him as well, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and again, he was. I mean, everyone talks shit like he's this big bad, but he was just trying to get his daughter back,
right, so he lost his daughter, right?
Abigail.
Ooh.
Maybe she does live on.
Oh.
In another universe.
Took up dance lessons.
He tried to bring her back, and he found Dracula. And then
And Dracula assisted.
He bit her corpse.
Yeah.
fed her
Yeah.
blood,
Yeah.
resurrected her,
Yeah.
and then she kind of
She went to a.
And then Elon Musk came in and held her hostage.
She went to a dentist in Alaska, where it stays dark for 30 nights, and she had her teeth
And
filed.
days.
30 days, yeah, and nights.
Actually, I'm pretty sure most places are dark 365 nights. But
That's fucking wild to me, man. That you would have like it's just dark for 30 days.
if I didn't hate the cold so much, I'd love to go up there,
Like,
even for a
what the
weekend.
fuck?
Did you watch
that time of year?
Wild.
True Detective, the one with Jodie Foster?
No.
Okay.
Origins. Carmichael Manor.
Great time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love this entire franchise.
And I'm actually selling myself on the whole idea of him, like, continuing the Carmichael thing from here. And it was just a dumb thing I said. Now I'm like, is he going to go there?
Well, they showed the video of so Patrick is one of the Carmichaels that gets into the accident. His sister dies.
And then
It
his
wasn't the
boss
same
over at the
after.
hotel was like, I know a thing. We could bring her back.
Yep.
We could rebuild her.
Yeah, that was.
And
that was,
that's Frankenhooker.
yeah, that's true. And Frankenhooker was directed by Belial's friend, the basket dude, in New York City,
Where there was Chud.
where there was Chud and the grittiness.
Oh,
it all
shit.
connects, man. Every horror movie is in the one universe. You can connect all the dots. They all fucking play in the same space. So do we want to wrap up the Hell House? Or we
Yeah,
wanna
we've
talk a little
already
bit-
I think it only makes
ruled
sense.
over Carmichael Manor.
Although I'm pretty sure I know where this is all going, but all right, let's
We do
rank
have to-
them.
I was just about to say we do have to rank each one.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no,
ranking-
I-
Rank them from 1 to 4.
Well, we'll rank the 4 movies in order of our favorite,
Okay.
and then at least our top one we'll give them a 1 out of 10 score.
Okay. So I'll go first. So
Number 4.
for me, I'll rank them first. So for me, it's going to be number 4. It's going to be probably the third, and then it's going to be the second. Carmichael Manor is so close to the OG, to the original. I mean, they're neck and neck. They're both fucking tremendous movies. But I would give the nod to Hell House LLC over Carmichael Manor. But they're right there. And if I was to rank, I'll rank both Carmichael Manor and I'll rank this one, because for Hell House LLC, I already said it's probably in my top 5 all time horror found footage. Absolutely love it. I would give it an 8.5. 8.5
For the original.
Not for the original. Even kind of could get close.
Is it better than Wreck?
Wreck is my favorite.
We
Is my,
got to do that. We're gonna have to do that one soon.
I mean,
as well.
House LLC is great, but to me, Wreck is probably the best horror found footage. I mean, I just that's nightmare fuel. But Hell House is right there. It's top 5 for me. So I would say 8.5, 8.7-ish. And Carmichael Manor is right there as well, 8.5. I mean, I think both those movies are great found footage entries. And you can revisit them time and time again. Right? And they'll always creep you out because it's not about the jump scare with these movies. It's about the subtleness of a look in a different direction, a clown standing up, or is that supposed to be there? There's only 2 of them. Why is there 3? So
and he snuck just enough shit in them. Again, it's one of those like rewatchable because you know you're going to see another face with each watching.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he went in hard on 3 with that.
Yeah.
With sneaking in a lot of the, subliminal stuff.
I just can't wait. And I know he mentioned that, his next project is probably going to be the 5th installment to the franchise. And he's going to,
he's going with a traditional narrative.
Yeah, it's not going to be found footage. It's so I'm intrigued, man. I can't wait. And like I said, if he's ends up listening to this episode, put me as a producer too, because I'll pay you to be in that.
Well, I'm assuming he's probably going to do like a not GoFundMe. What's the other one?
I don't think he's done Kickstarters or anything like that. I don't think any. I mean, listen, he's just again just the creative mind, and I even gave him a reference to watch horror in High Desert. Is a good kind of mockumentary because he's into those. But yeah, I just love his vision, and I can't wait to kind of see where he goes with this. I hope it's more Carmichael Manor. I hope it's that time frame and learning a little bit about that. A little bit more about the clown. But yeah. 2 thumbs up. Listeners, if you haven't watched it, go fucking watch Hell House. Give it some respect, man.
It's definitely a movie where you need to pay attention to. I mean, it's drawn out, but the story makes sense, so you have to pay attention. It's not something you can be on your phone and then going back and forth.
No, you got to watch it.
And that's the other thing between
pay attention.
By the third one, to look in every nook of the frame.
Yeah.
Because he's got some shit. Even in the second one, you kind of know, but by the time the third one comes around, it's like, there's faces all over this fucking frame,
which I love.
And you just have to find
like
them.
Easter eggs. You go back to it, right? And yeah.
I'm not replacing it as my top scare, but I almost forgot the whole scene in the kitchen in the first one. When he was in the kitchen, like sitting on the ground, and then the fucking hooded figure just kind of shows up in the back. That's another great scare that.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
I even liked it in Carmichael Manor when they're running, like they're going through the woods, like they're like, fuck it, the car's not starting. We're going to walk this out.
Why is there a hearse?
Yeah, why is there a hearse? And then they show all the robed, the black robed.
At first there's like one there, and then there's like 4
and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they're running.
Could you imagine seeing that? And then you
What
run
the fuck is that?
You run back to the manor.
And as they're running back, Heather Donahue just comes like, "Great, take my hand. I know a faster way."
What if they ran back to the Blair Witch House?
And then you have the snot bubble as she's running.
Yeah.
Classic.
And in the background you hear, Josh.
No. What happens if she took her to a cave and they went into the cave
Of the descent.
Oh, I thought you were going to find Justin Long in the cave.
You could.
No.
Missing his eyes.
How the fuck have, in the past couple months, how have we connected so many movies and not got Justin Long in the mix?
Yeah. We're going all over the fucking map on this one. I love it. Dan, you gotta rank them, and you gotta give your
Number 4.
Number 4 is going to be 3. Number 3 is going to be 2. I like Carmichael Manor.
You learned math
Just-
at Edgewood, didn't you?
it's- Edgemoorwood. Yeah, it's the reason why they took it down. Well, the name.
The math department shut down the whole thing.
All right. Yeah, so it's like 1A, 1B, right? Same thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll rank. I like Carmichael Manor more than Hell House, but it's right there. But I would give it an 8,
Okay.
and I think it's like 7.8 if I had to give Hell House LLC. I'm not a fan of found footage, and you know that.
I know that.
But
I
when
know
you
that.
recommended it to me, I watch it.
Yeah.
I actually watch recommendations.
Yeah,
I'm like
good
just
for you.
ignoring them.
Yeah, who ignores
So-
recommendations? Fucking
Last
Yeah.
I heard, he has like 23 recommendations in queue.
Yeah, fucking Marvel movies he hasn't even watched yet.
yeah.
Yeah. I shouldn't even said anything.
Yeah, but Ant-Man doesn't count. Remove
No,
them,
no,
please.
no. So he
Remove
the
Ant-Man.
funniest thing was
Seriously,
and I
you'd
know we're
rather
going
he
on a
watch
tangent.
Captain Marvel over Ant-Man?
Listen, I'm going to
Well,
listen to
that
Josh.
leads
And
to the
only,
next
what did
phase.
Josh tell me to listen?
No.
Watch? He told me to watch like just fucking what, Endgame or Avengers or.
You gotta watch
whatever the
Captain
fuck.
Marvel, so when she gets fucking humbled in Endgame, it's good.
Yeah, but does she?
She thinks she's gonna beat Thanos' ass by herself.
Yeah,
and
she got
gets
boinked.
fucking humbled.
Yeah, she got
No,
bullied.
she would have absolutely taken him out if he didn't,
If he didn't have any of the stones.
If
is
he
what
didn't
you're
have the
saying.
stones.
Oh, yeah, he
yeah.
definitely had them stones.
Oh, don't.
Well, I'll give my ranking because it's very similar to you guys. I didn't like 3 at all. I tried to watch it. I don't know. There was just something about it I couldn't get into. I actually really enjoyed 2.
Okay.
The other, it's not as good as the first and Carmichael. I would also put Carmichael first. I just like the tenseness, the scare. Like, I don't know. There was just the whole mockumentary part in the first one. I get it, of the interviews and discussing the story and all that.
Yeah,
But that
yeah.
takes me. It's just something with me with found footage. When you do that, it takes me out of it.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Any of the scenes with the clown, all that brings me back. Because, like I said, these were very good. But, yeah, I would put Carmichael first. And I'd probably give it like a 7.
Okay.
And
That's
the original's probably like a 6.75.
Look, and these are two guys that really don't like found footage.
No,
so,
no,
so
that's what I mean.
That's like a
the
that's
third
like a 12.
one, and I enjoyed too. Like I said, so
And as far-
3 out of the 4, I enjoyed.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
As far as rating, we're going for them as a whole, right? Is that what we're doing?
No, we're ranking all 4. How you rank them, and
Yeah.
then your top one. What are you rating it?
Oh, okay.
And you could give your
Well-
top 2 if they're neck and neck, like we did with Carmichael and the OG.
I mean, I think I'm the farthest off from everyone, but I would say, well, it seems like we all agree 3 is at the bottom. And then I would probably go Carmichael 2 then 1.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually like the second one more than Carmichael.
Okay.
I mean, again, because I even like 3. But to compare all 4 of them, yeah, it's definitely at the bottom.
Okay. So rate the first one.
Yeah, and the first one, I think I could be comfortable with an 8.
Okay. Okay.
I was between that and a 7.5, but
Okay.
like I said, I've seen it about 5 times, and I enjoy it every time, like equally.
Yeah. It's a movie
So-
sometimes I'll just put on in the background. But all right. Good episode. Again, thank you
Can't
to
wait for you guys to see that shit.
Yeah.
It was fucking phenomenal.
again, thank you to Stephen Cognetti for the
And
interview,
Charlotte.
for an hour of his time to pick his brain on his movies, on horror in general. I told him it's horror done right.
Yeah.
It's horror done right.
He
If
did
others-
nothing
if-
different as far as he wasn't trying to take found footage and come up with this whole new concept.
Yeah.
He did technically a very generic found footage, but just did it so fucking well
did
that
it
it
well.
creeps you
He kept
out.
it
He
well.
kept it
Yeah.
simple.
Exactly. Kept it simple, right?
And a
The
lot of people
scare
get
was
away
subtle.
from. A lot of people now these days they get away from keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Exactly. Listen, fucking Chris Nash. He's talking to you directly.
Oh shit!
What?
I really
You
gotta
should have
watch
just
In a
kept it
Violent
fucking
Nature.
simple.
I don't know how a
You did
movie
ke-
goes down.
What are you talking about? That was-
7
that was-
percentage points.
No, that was some elevated horror bullshit at its fucking finest.
What are you talking about? That was the most. Like I said, I heard going into
Went
it.
from a 9.5 to a 3.4
It's still lowering.
in 5
I'm thinking of
minutes.
last
That's
night.
Like
It's
huge.
2.87 right
Like
now.
what the fuck did it like? Did it curse you out? Like did it just
Oh,
stop?
it did.
There's
I saw in the credits it said "fuck Joe T." I was pissed.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
yeah,
can see
yeah.
my
I mean,
face.
listen, I mean,
Yeah.
all right, we gotta end this episode.
All right.
We're like 7 hours.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen Hell House, go watch
Go
it.
watch Hell House.
And go watch In a Violent Nature, but
Yeah.
leave with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I now I just need to.
Yeah,
see
pretend
what
like
the
there's a
fuck is
rat in the
going
corner
on.
and you got to get out of there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And remember, this family trip, you got to make sure Maxine goes to.
And don't buy a vegan pizza. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
And don't buy snow caps in the theater, even if they sell them, because they're $42.
Yeah, buy them
Get 'em
at
at the dollar
Five
store.
Below or Dollar Tree.
Unless
For
you
a
find a $10 bill out on the curb.
And then
Next
fuck
to a
that kid,
bloody-
he's gonna get the shit.
Next to a
And
bloody
when you
rock.
get scanned in and someone tries to tell you to empty their pockets, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah.
I bring my whole fucking pantry when I go to the movie theater.
Yeah, if you got to sit through a Blumhouse movie, you should be able to bring whatever fucking shit you want in
I'm
there.
pulling out fucking bags of
Yeah,
pretzels,
fuck
everything, man. That
Come
shit,
with that
like,
whole 1.5
Yeah.
pound
Your
bag
salad
of fucking
and
M&M's.
salad.
Yeah, fucking salad.
You
I
just
got
whip out a loaf of
salmon fucking
Italian
dish.
bread and start making
Yeah.
Make a hoagie right in there in the fucking.
Start making PB&J's in the theater.
Take my
Rat,
fucking
rat.
hat off and there's a fucking Panera sandwich on my
I'll
head,
leave
man.
snacks for the fucking
Fuck it.
rats. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm not spending $40 on pretzel fucking nuggets.
Glass
Yeah.
of Merlot. And
Those are
just-
some delicious fucking
They are
pretzel
good,
nuggets,
though,
though.
man. They are good.
If
All
they
right,
make
guys.
them fresh.
Stay
All right.
creepy.
Watch Hell House.
We're
Watch
out.
Hell House.
Peace out.
And we got.
You've been listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast, where we use the number 4 to save you time. Check out our entire catalog at excellentdayforapodcast.com. Also on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Have a question? Email us at excellentdayforapodcast@gmail.com.
But guys, I want to interact on social media.
Excellent.
See what we did there?
Follow us on Twitter at ExcellentDay4A. Otherwise, search for What an Excellent Day for a Podcast to get our Facebook page, our group page, Instagram, YouTube, and our newly launched Twitch channel. Come say hello, share them all,